These guides are all about removing the guesswork for where to go or what to do in a trials round. The clips you'll see are for me playing solo this weekend, so these tips work for everyone, not just those who have a team. Just remember, going flawless isn't everything. What's most important is trying to get better. Cauldron has these extremes where it can either be a chaotic mess that ends in a few seconds, or a slow, boring match where everyone just kind of sits around. But there has been a really interesting shift in the meta over the last few seasons. Previously, the common play was for the Bone Spawn team to set up in mid, and the Prison Spawn team to set up in this red room. Matches that start like this drag out forever until somebody extends too far and gets picked. However, now, in almost every game that I solo queued into this weekend, the Prison Spawn team either pushed into mid as well, or went out along this cliff's edge. This not only leads to faster rounds, but also rounds where I believe that good radar reading and positioning matter a lot more than just accidental picks. From here, the radar shows if the other team is pushing through the opposing entrance. Hug the wall of this tunnel as cover from the opposing door.
Only one enemy is left.
When jumping up to the platform, use this altar as cover from multiple angles, but keep an eye on the radar to know which one the other team will appear from.
Oh, then finds him.
With the door opening but no one coming through, I'll jump up to get an alternate angle. With crouching, the floor and these pillars can be used as cover for peek shooting. When your teammates rush towards a res, it's best to push with them. Even if it's not the most safe play, you'll likely outnumber the other team.
Only one enemy is left.
If the other team is aggressively pushing, you can move back to make space and pick off anyone that jumps up. Here I strategically use my teammate as cover. Sorry.
Only one enemy is left.
While hugging the lower wall as cover, you can jump to take shots that are harder to predict.
Break the tie, Guardian.
This is an example of how hectic this middle room can get. With 2 players on the bridge and my teammate still in the room, I'll move back a bit for cover, but move to help my teammate if they get targeted.
Only one enemy is left.
My health is low and it's a one-on-one, so I'll hug this cover to get as much health back as possible while staying close to my teammate for a potential res.
You stand alone. Do not give up.
The radar shows that there's someone coming from the upper entrance, so I'll move to cover and shift my focus there. With them focusing on my teammate, I should be able to make an aggressive rush on them.
Only one enemy is left.
When going for a res, look for positions that provide cover and let you shoot back.
Your ally is back in the fight.
The radar shows players at the upper door, so I'm going to start making some space and head for cover. With 2 players pushing into the room, I'll drop down and start using the lower level as cover with multiple angles.
Only one enemy is left.
Having taken some damage, it's better to move to cover than potentially lose this 1v1. With nothing on the radar here, it's likely that the team is setting up on the other side of this door. Players tend to set up on the top of this pillar, to the left of it, and farther back to the right of it. You can crouch behind this cover to isolate the top player. With it now being a 3v1, it's important to push to outnumber them rather than sitting back and letting them get the res.
One enemy is left. This is the way it should be.
Similar to the other side, radar pings here mean the other team is pushing through the opposing lower door. This player is moving through to get control of the upper platform, so I'll follow their movement upward to challenge them. With my last known position being at the top of these stairs, jumping up from a different spot can throw them off. Being out of ammo and getting low on health, I'll move back behind cover and take the fight from there.
Only one enemy is left.
The whole team is already pushed into the room, so I'll make some space and pick off anyone that jumps up.
Only one enemy is left.
I'll move forward with my teammate to ensure it's at least a 2v1. This cover gives radar coverage of the entire room and allows you to peek at one player at a time. Hugging the wall gives good cover from the upper platform and can make it hard for the other team to tell where you are.
Only one enemy is left. Mean face, Guardian.
When the other team gives up control of the middle room, you may have to bounce back and forth between cover to check entrances. With so many angles the other team can appear from, and us being down by one, you'll notice I'm sliding between cover and shooting, and never staying in the same spot for more than a second. The radar shows another player about to push into the room, so crouching by the door takes me off the radar and allows me to surprise him.
Only one enemy is left. 1 minute left, my friend.
This is another situation where my teammate is being focused on, so I can rush while the other team is distracted.
It is just you now, friend. Fight until you have nothing left.
The radar shows that the other team is set up around the bridge, so I'll challenge that lane while sticking to as much cover as possible. Rather than getting greedy for this kill, it's better to move back and get a res to make this a 2v1.
On will bring victory! I'll let you go. 1 minute left, my friend. Your ally is back in the fight.
The radar shows both someone in front of me and to my right, so I'll use this cover to focus on just one at a time.
Only one enemy is left.
With my teammate helping out on this angle, I can jump up to get a complementary angle. Some players will try to jump up really early while you're focused on the lower tunnel, so drop their health while they have in-air penalties. If you need to fight out on this bridge, either of these walls can be used as cover.
Only one enemy is left. 1 minute left, my friend. And this is the game.